Welcome to another episode of Fight the Burnout in the tactical chair. So, remember, make sure you like, subscribe. This episode is brought to you by Knocking Demon Coaching and Create From Why, where we take you and we help you identify that true purpose and reason behind everything that you do. Now, today, what we're going to talk about is that continual growth. Continual growth is so important because as an operator, as a police officer, a first responder, somebody who's on the front lines, or even just as a civilian, if we aren't growing and learning, then everybody that we're kind of trying to stop or help are advancing beyond us. So we're actually not able to help them at the best of our abilities. But what I realized today, actually it was last night, with doing a program that I'm part of, is that I had an epiphany. I had a realization. I learned something new. How awesome is that? And what I learned is that truly the next level of my onion or my purpose actually to help people be seen. And it opened so much, but I fought it so much as well. At first I was like, no, this doesn't happen. Now maybe you can relate with that, but if we fight against the change consistently, then we never actually grow. So I recognized it real quickly, sat into it and went, wait a second, is this true? Is it that I actually help people be seen? That for me, I need to be seen? And is it that I need to be seen, or is it that I need to see myself? So I wonder if you can relate. Because as a police officer, we're consistently showing up for people when they aren't being seen. And so I can now recognize why, as a police officer, I was so loved turning up to places and taking that extra time and talking with victims and talking with even the offenders and defendants and really letting them be seen. And when they were seen, they would open up and communicate with me more, and they would feel like they're in place, and they could see themselves, and then I could see myself. And so when we think about this, why is this so important when it comes to fighting the burnout? Because if we know ourselves, then we can do what serves us and fills us up. And once we are able to do that, then we're able to actually give more, do more for others, and guess what? Then we're impacting more. We're making more of a difference than we did before. We have less stress. We have less anxiety. We have less depression because we're not being drained all the time and dragged down and feel like we're not accomplishing what we know we're capable of. So as that person who knows themselves and can see themselves, they're unlocked. So here's a real quick tool to be able to, recognize what yours is. Or helping, just going out and helping somebody else see themselves. Not forcing them to see themselves, but guiding them. So how do we guide somebody to actually be able to see themselves or be able to love themselves? Well, first we have to ask them what's going on. First we have to actually care about them. As law enforcement, we join the job because we care about people. We want to make an impact. We want to protect those that can't protect themselves or that aren't willing to protect themselves. So if you're thinking about joining law enforcement, this is some things that you want to think about. Am I willing to protect people that don't want to protect themselves? Am I willing to actually sometimes force them to have to not, me actually step back and not protect them, so that they actually step into, hey, I need to protect myself. I need to see myself. I need to make a change. Sometimes we have to arrest them. Sometimes we have to put them away. But it's not just the putting away. It's actually going beyond that. As cops, we're there to uphold the law and put people in front of the courts, but we're not there to be the judge. We're not there to be the sentencer. We're just there to follow and help guide them. We have the most time with them. We can actually plant seeds and make the biggest difference to them. And when we are doing this, we are lighting ourselves up. We are being seen. We are making the biggest impact. But if you're doing this for the wrong reasons, or you're not being able to do this because you're tied up with everything else, and you're not centered, you're not in that place to be able to be that best self, to be able to give the most to that, because you have everything to give, you are full. Well, that's when we start to burn out. We start to resent the job. We start to feel like, maybe this isn't what I want to do. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. This isn't where I want to be. This isn't how I want to act. Nobody cares about me. The political sides get in the way. The trauma starts to build up inside of us and overtake us. We start to, question what we did, and was it the right thing, and are we making the right decisions? Are we, we start caring so much about what the person gets sentenced. Yes, it's important, but at the same time, it's not our role. Our role is to make the impact with the people before they go to court. So ask yourself, how am I turning up? How do I want to turn up? How do I need to turn up? Those three things are very important to know. What do we want? How do we want to act? And what do we want to leave behind? So, make sure you like and subscribe. This is Fight the Burnout. Remember, if you have any questions, you can email me at team@createfromwhy.com. This is where we help you create the life from your why, from your purpose, from what really drives you internally, so that you're consistently filling your tank. The job should not be serving, you should not be serving the job. You should not feel like you're serving the department. You should not feel like you have to give to them, that they're always taking from you. It shouldn't be that way. It should be that you love turning up to work like it was day one. So, hit us up. I want to know, how do you turn up? We will talk to you very soon, and thank you for listening.